Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading today. Today's reading is called Spirit is Here to Assist You, and we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one is the White Duchess. If you're feeling the energy of pile number one, you'll choose that. For pile number two, we have the Steampunk Priestess, okay? Steampunk Priestess for pile number two. And for pile number three, we have Lady Luck. If you're feeling the energy of Lady Luck, you'll choose pile number three. Now, take a look at each picture. I think these pictures are actually quite beautiful, and it's from the deck, The Divine Circus by Elena Fairchild. And very beautiful imagery. So hopefully you can see all three cards there and make your decision based off those beautiful photos. And you can go directly to the description box below to find your pile. Thank you so much for being here today. If you want to book a personal reading with me, details for how to do so are below. If you'd like a natal chart reading with me, details for how to book one are below. So thank you so much for being here today, everybody. And we are going to go ahead and begin with pile number one. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the White Duchess, and today's reading is called Spirit is Here to Assist You. And we are going to take a look at a problem that you're dealing with right now and what advice Spirit has for you in dealing with this particular situation. So thank you so much for being here today. I wish you all the very best, pile number one, as we begin our journey together here today. And let's see how Spirit is trying to assist you. Okay, we got the Emperor firming up those boundaries. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you've been dealing with. Oh boy, we have grief. Grief for pile number one. The feeling of loss can be debilitating, but sorrow becomes part of our healing experience. What you have far outweighs what you've lost. At least you've had it for a time. Okay, and so that very human experience of going through grief, and grief can also, I mean, it's a necessary thing, but it also can be very distracting and, you know, make us feel very like unable to move forward. So I like that the Emperor is here because I feel like it's an encouragement from Spirit saying, you got this, you can do this, you're going to get back on track, it's okay. All right, so for those of you that have been dealing with a major loss in your life and you felt very empty inside, if you look at her expression here on the White Duchess, she does look very pale and emotionless, and grief can really take a physical toll on people too. Pile number one, and it looks like there's a heart in the background here, so perhaps some of you have lost a person that you love, or there was an ending of a romantic relationship, okay, or you've been trying to move through a deep loss in your life. Pile number one. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, just trying to keep it together every day. And normally I feel you guys are very on top of the details and all the things in your life, like work, you're very on top of things, paying bills, family issues, family matters, like you're very together and very on top of things. But lately it's been like a big struggle to just get through the day is what I feel. And your usual like pep and maybe like structure and discipline in your life has been gone, and it feels like maybe things are falling apart at the seams. We have the Knight of Wands. It's become someone's behavior in your life has become very destructive and hard to handle. And we have the Three of Wands. So you guys are moving on alone without this person. Okay. And There's a lot of disruptions and a lot of like moment to moment changes, and it's a lot. It's hard to handle. And Spirit is saying, asking you guys to, if there are people in your life that are very disruptive and that are like a boss that's constantly asking you to um to do something different, or they're constantly like, it's like, I can't handle your demands is the word that I'm getting right now. It's very hard for me to want to handle your demands right now because um I'm feeling a lot of pressure to hurry and do something, and I'm going through a lot personally right now, and I just don't have the bandwidth, is something that I'm hearing in this reading. Okay. And because of other people's mistakes, or because of, like, there's always the hottest fire going on, or there's always people running to you with all their issues. I feel like pile number one, it's a lot to deal with right now because you've been going through your own internal grief process right now. And Spirit is here with this Three of Wands to get you past this phase where it feels like everything is blowing up and you're constantly having to, um, and there seems to be, I'm getting past the buck. So, like, passing blame when things fall apart, or passing the buck. Um, and people like really looking for you to fill multiple roles or multiple people's shoes. And whether that's in your family or at work, it's like I'm constantly having to shuffle and juggle, and I'm constantly having to put up with their like immediate demands for whatever it is that they want. And it's just a lot. Okay. Especially since I feel some of you here have been going through this grieving process, and it's been emotionally challenging. Um, we have disharmony, misunderstandings, and estrangement. Okay, so there could definitely be somebody that, you're estranged from, or where there's been a big misunderstanding and the relationship is now gone. Okay, or you're contemplating leaving someone, pile number one, and it's creating a lot of grief and emotions. Okay, and we have stop here. Okay, perhaps somebody's trying to stop you, and it's making you second guess yourself. But I also feel like Spirit is saying stop trying to please everyone, or stop trying to handle everything. Like, you need a break. You need to, what you've been going through emotionally has been very challenging, and you need a break, is what I feel from the tension. We have here greed. Okay. When we're too attached to things in an excessive way, nothing good comes out of it. Okay. So some very greedy people that maybe want your money as well too. And perhaps some of you here, you need to stop giving someone money, or you need to stop like financially supporting someone or something that is, it's like they're always coming to you at the last minute with, I need this, or I need that, or give me this, or give me that. And it could be a family member that randomly is always asking for things. Okay. And maybe some of you are feeling a little used, and that's the grief element here. Somebody who's very like greedy and selfish. And it's like, I have to stop giving to this person because they don't appreciate what I'm doing here. And all I'm doing is like bleeding myself dry. Okay. So there may be grief about having to stop like sharing with someone, whether that's financial resources, your time and your energy, with someone who's very greedy or very selfish. And the problem is nothing really good comes out of the situation. and there is a big like communication gap and personal differences between you and this person, and perhaps you're starting to realize like our expectations and what we want are just totally different, and they are very selfish, they are very greedy. It seems like whenever they want something, they come running, but once they get it, they're gone. Three of Wands, they're looking for something else or they're off doing something else. And Spirit is talking about, you know, the process of um, stopping what you've been doing, like what you've been giving to this person or situation. Yeah, we have codependency, and I was just going to talk about that. Um, Stop fulfilling the needs of people. There's a codependent energy between between you and someone else in your life. And I think you know who it is, pile number one. For some of you, it could be a family member. I also feel for some of you here, it's a family member that you've had a very codependent relationship with, whether that's a child, a parent, a sibling, like somebody you've had a very codependent relationship with. But also on top of that, there's been a love situation happening in your life too, or a romantic situation that you've had to let go of, and you're experiencing grief about that. But I also getting this energy of needing to finally cut someone off and like let them stand on their own, or to stop giving to people because they're becoming very greedy or selfish or attached to you in a way that is putting a lot of pressure on you. And you know, I kind of feel like there's this pattern between you and another person that isn't very healthy. It's like whenever they need something, they come running to you. Things they could honestly do for themselves with the Three of Wands here. And it's putting more pressure on you to have to try to step in and be like the savior in the situation. Okay. And there is a communication gap or a communication issue between you and this person as well. And Spirit is here to help you put a stop to that. And for with the Emperor here to help you get control over this situation so that you're not continuing to kind of stay locked in this pattern. Yeah, we have 10th house and authority. Okay. And your own personal authority. Maybe people questioning with this opposition energy, like questioning what you're doing all the time, or having you redo things all the time, or barging in at the last minute and demanding things from you right before you're ready to go on vacation. Stuff like this, very disruptive energy. And maybe some of you here, you'd like to be your own boss with the Emperor, or you're just sick and tired of somebody's greedy, selfish demands on you. And perhaps some of you, with the 10th house, this could have to do with work. And it's like, okay, work is really demanding right now. And there's a lot to get done, but I'm deeply in grief about something. And perhaps some of you have a personality difference with a boss as well. Okay, and you just wish they'd leave you alone. I am getting that energy as well. We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And here's what I'm going to say that Spirit is really trying to help you with, pile number one. Spirit is trying to help you move through these feelings of grief and to break, codependent relationships that have been flourishing in life for a little bit too long. And I also feel Spirit is trying to pass you an intuitive message about committing to something. Now, if you've been pressured in the workplace or pressured in your professional environment in some way to step up and lead a project that has been very last minute, or you've been pressured to finish something immediately right now, or to take something on that really isn't yours to take on, and you feel very pressured to do that. Spirit is telling you to stop and listen to your inner voice about a situation and whether you want to commit your resources to something or not. Particularly also if it involves giving someone money or putting your money, investing your money into a particular situation. Spirit is telling you before you do anything and commit your time, your money, your resources, and your effort to something, to stop and like listen to your inner voice and trust that they are giving you messages about your commitments that you're making right now. And they're telling you, their spirit is definitely trying to help you trust yourself when it comes to making these types of decisions. And they're saying to check in with your intuition and check in with yourself before you commit yourself to someone or a particular goal, or before somebody gets too locked in on you. Okay, we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Okay, and perhaps, you know, sometimes with grief, it helps to, you know, get out those emotions and those feelings through creativity, whether that's drawing, writing, weaving, crocheting. I don't know why I just got weaving, but crocheting, storytelling, going to an open mic night. You know, I feel like continuing with the Three of Wands, continuing to explore your creativity in a meaningful way is something that's going to help you process the grief that you've been going through. Okay. And if you're wondering if it's just your imagination about somebody, if they're actually like really selfish and greedy, and it's time to kind of separate a little bit from this person in your life, Spirit agrees with you, and they're telling you to trust yourself, okay? And I think it's really important with your work as well that you're able to be creative in some way, and that it's important to around you that the people around you trust your ideas, and that you're not constantly exhausting yourself by having to prove yourself. Pile number 1, okay? It says, what do you need to release? Yeah, and this is coming out under this codependency card. So there is somebody that you have been very, very close to. And maybe you even look similar to this person, or you mimic each other in a lot of ways, or you grew up together, but there's this energy of being very, very close to one another, and it's like we couldn't possibly separate or take time away from each other. And the grief that you're experiencing as a result of knowing that you need to stop like helping someone so much, maybe, or you need to focus on your own journey right now, pile number 1. Okay. And Spirit is asking you, what do you need to release? And that definitely has to do with this grief energy. And Spirit is helping you, assisting you in releasing that. And I actually think the winter time, because I'm seeing this beautiful winter scenery here, this winter coming up may be a nice peaceful time to get some space and distance or solitude from things, hopefully for you, pile number 1, okay? And in order to really let your imagination and creativity thrive, I feel like there is a codependent situation that needs to go, where someone has been leaning on you too much, or whenever they come back, you give them whatever they want and then they go. And this kind of pattern that has been going on in your life, okay? We have action. Yeah, that's very Emperor type energy. Take some form of action without regret. Yeah, that's what Spirit is helping you with to do. To take some form of action without regrets. Examine what is holding you back from taking action and cut it loose. Yeah, there's definitely something to release or cut loose right now when it comes to a relationship in your life that has become very codependent, okay? You will get the most immediate results through acting decisively. No maybes, okay? And that's the Two of Pentacles, where you've been going back and forth on something, and Spirit is saying, stop doing that and trust what you're hearing in your inner voice. You know, it's time to move on from something. And the sooner you cut something loose, the better you're going to be, the faster results, the faster you're going to be able to move forward. If you're kind of waffling and going back and forth and not trusting yourself, or you're avoiding cutting something off because of the grief of it, Spirit is saying, when it comes to this situation, you get like perfectly energized and perfect. You gain control over your life again by taking decisive action, okay? And not waiting and not holding back. By releasing and cutting something now, it really does help you to get the most immediate results through acting decisively, and like I mentioned, the ability to get control over your life again. Yeah, there's the Knight of Wands under there again, right? And that same Knight of Wands that's right here is under this Emperor, which I didn't even see before, pile number 1. But this again is about putting your foot down. And it's about saying no to somebody who kind of comes back promising everything, or but isn't consistent, or is all over the place, or always has a bunch of problems. And this person could be very wasteful with resources, and very like always needing something immediately right now. And I do feel, yeah, by acting decisively in that Emperor position, you're no longer attached to this person or situation in the way that you were. And yeah, that might bring some grief, but it also puts you back in control of your life. So pile number 1, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. And I hope that that reading assisted you. So pile number 2, let's go ahead and begin. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the Steampunk Priestess. I love this card. I think it's so pretty. Pile number 2. So great on you for choosing pile number 2. And we are going to see what is Spirit assisting you with, okay? And how is Spirit helping you to move past challenging times, okay? And move into better days. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull. Okay, we've got 7 of Swords. All right, somebody's acting like a clown and being very like unpredictable and very like last minute with everything, okay? And I'm even getting an energy of like bullying or making fun, or I feel like I'm getting an energy from you guys towards another person of, I can't believe you're acting this way, or I can't believe what I'm seeing with my eyes, okay? So there is something going on with that. Maybe some of you did experience bullying growing up, or people who thought their jokes were funny, but they weren't. They were actually very hurtful. Okay, so pile number 2, let's go ahead, and maybe some of you here learned just not to react to it, but let's see what we've got going on. We've got perplexed. Yeah, really perplexed by the way that somebody has been acting. Still unsure of what happened? Shake your head, roll your eyes, and respect that others choose to travel different journeys than you. Remember that each journey is important, okay? And it's like, oh, I can't believe this person is acting this way. I can't believe, um, and her face does look a little perplexed here. Um, it's kind of like, what are you doing? So perhaps there's somebody or a situation in your life where you've been very like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know why these people did this, or I don't know why this person said this, or I don't know why they're acting this way. Something you've been very perplexed about. We have Three of Pentacles. Um, how hard is it in life to show up and just make a mature decision and commit to something and stay with it, right? And then we have the Two of Swords. I feel like maybe there is some negotiations or some meetings going on that you don't know about, okay? And for some of you, this could be, I'm getting work, or a friendship, okay? Where people are meeting up without you. For example, they go to meet up and you didn't get invited, or there's key meetings that you weren't invited to and you don't really know what's going on, or you feel like there is a lot of plotting and scheming behind your back, or just things that people have deliberately left you out of. Okay, and it's like, I don't know why they're acting this way. Like, I literally have no idea. Two of Swords. Like, I have no idea what's, yep, and there's that same Seven of Swords, okay? So somebody is influencing the situation, and I feel like, I do feel like someone's trying to influence you in a way, and I feel somebody could be lying to you, pile number one, and maybe you are like, no, I know. I've sat with it for a while, and I do feel like somebody is trying to lie to me or influence my opinion in a certain way, and I've been on the fence with what to do about this situation. And I feel like they're really, this person's very disruptive, and they're trying to cause problems with me and my other friends, or they're trying to insinuate that people are talking behind my back, or legitimately the meeting invite just didn't get put on my calendar because someone forgot to send it, but this person's trying to convince me. I feel like there's somebody that's making you paranoid. Pile number two, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting, is like somebody in your life or at work or a friendship group is trying to make you very paranoid about something, and it's making you feel indecisive about what you should do. It's like, I don't know if they intentionally left me out. I don't know if they just forgot. I don't know what's going on. And somebody kind of pops up out of nowhere, and I feel like you're like, you know what? They are trying to influence me in a weird way, and I don't really like it. And I mean, there was nothing wrong with the situation before until this person came around, and then all of a sudden I have all these ideas running around in my head and I'm not sure what to do, okay? It's like I thought we were building something here, Three of Pentacles, but it seems like, and I'm also getting with the Seven of Swords, somebody canceling plans at the last minute. It's like you agree to go meet somewhere or go do something, and there's this person who's canceling, who's constantly showing up late or canceling plans at the last minute. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about this. This is just weirding me out, and I kind of feel like I'm not sure what to decide here. Okay. And careful preparations, resourcefulness, and having to be adaptable. Okay. And I feel like something that you go to plan, or that another person goes to plan with this Three of Pentacles, there are very careful preparations that are being made, and a lot of like details to attend to. Okay. And you're having to be quite resourceful and adjust to any minor last minute changes that come up, even though, like, for those of you, it's like if you have a date scheduled with someone and you went to a great effort to plan it, or the other person went to a great effort to plan it, and you agreed on a place and you had a time booked and you had everything there, and it's like, okay, at the last minute something changes, okay? And maybe there's been like a lot of appointments on your schedule that have been falling through as well. And this talks about like somebody who seems so careful and so initially interested in investing something is now doesn't know what they're doing, okay? And I feel some of you have become very perplexed by this person's behavior in your life. Yeah, anger, definitely. It's like I thought we were supposed to meet at this time and you guys didn't even tell me, and now I'm scrambling to adjust my schedule. And I do feel there is somebody who's mad about having to adjust their schedule. Now, also pile number 2, I'm getting somebody that could be mad at you, where they're like, pile number 2 doesn't know what they want, or they're kind of non-committal about something. And then I went to the effort to plan something and do something, and then they don't even know if they can be there or not anymore. So now I'm just going to act out of pocket all the time myself and be really non-committal myself because pile number 2 pissed me off, okay? And some of you may be wondering, like, you're perplexed. Did I piss this person off? And you're like, I don't know. Like, did I do something? Are they mad? Okay, and maybe some of you here with this 2 of Swords, you forgot about something, or a detail slipped under the rug because there's been so many things to manage, or the plans keep changing. Okay, but somebody, you're not imagining it, pile number 2. I do feel like the reason this person has been acting this way is because they are mad about something that you two were going to do together or work on together. And they do feel pissed that something that they were trying to plan or do, or something that you didn't come to, or you didn't act excited about, or you were non-committal towards, or they are mad. You're not, it's not all in your imagination. This person is pissed off, okay? And you're like, well, why are they mad at me? I didn't do anything. Okay, some people are just mad at everything. And then they're like, fine, I'm going to, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this, right? And so there definitely is some of that going on here. We have boundaries. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It's okay to say no. Yeah, and with the 2 of Swords is the moon in Libra, and sometimes that's that energy of going back and forth and not wanting to say no to something. So you leave it open, but then you forget about it and you don't show up. And then there is this angry group that's talking crap or is pissed off that you're not there. Okay, so pile number 2, I feel Spirit is telling you it's much better to just say no to things that you're not sure about, okay? It's going to help cut up. It's going to help cut off a lot of this tit for tat things that this 7 of Swords energy has going on. So it's okay to say no, like, no, I can't make that meeting, or no, I'm not going to be able to be there for that thing, or no, sorry, I can't, like, at the last minute, I can't change plans at the last minute. And sometimes because we feel pulled between 2 things, we agree to both things, and then people end up getting mad. And yeah, and one thing that can help with that is having firmer boundaries in the first place. And somebody may be getting angry over a boundary that you're actually trying to put into place, or you're afraid that someone is going to retaliate because you put a boundary in place with them. Okay. And you can always tell who is a little bit, a little bit out to lunch, right? Seven of Swords. You can always tell a person who's a little bit out to lunch or a little bit acting out of pocket when you try to set a boundary with them and they get pissed off about it. Okay. They get personally offended because you are trying to set a boundary with someone, and then they start acting really immature about it with the Seven of Swords. Okay, if you have someone like that in your life, pile number 2, it's not it's childish. I'm getting like child energy. Okay, and maybe some of you have a child that doesn't want to go to school or doesn't want to whatever. I mean, you're really perplexed about the way your child has been behaving lately, and they've been very unruly and things like that. You've been trying to establish more boundaries with them, but they're having a hard time and they're taking it personal. And anyway, pile number 2, if you're running into these problems, Spirit is saying developing healthy boundaries is highly important in making a decision. You don't have to understand why everyone is acting a certain way. There can be a lot of mental pressure to say, well, I can't make a decision about something until I know why they are acting this way. Now, again, for those of you that have children that are having behavioral problems, that's a different issue. But if this is another adult and this is the way they're acting, it's not all in your head. They are angry about, nothing, or you putting a boundary, okay? And the way they're acting is a result of you trying to give a boundary, okay? And it doesn't help sometimes to be like, well, why are they doing this? Sometimes we can't have like 100-page thesis on why another adult is acting a particular way. You can just tell that they're being really unpredictable and responding in a negative way. Okay, well, maybe it is time to put a boundary there. And to not, we have air energy here. Okay. Gossiping, talking, changing their mind all the time, being unclear, being intentionally vague. Okay. And I honestly feel like this is a conversation that you've already had with this person multiple times already, or you've tried to have this conversation with them and they keep avoiding it. And it's like, I don't know why they keep avoiding me or keep avoiding this conversation. All right. And why they're playing games like this. Okay. And we have here conjunction and alliance. Yeah. And it's like, I thought we were friends, or I thought we were like running in the same crowd, or I thought we had an agreement established here. All right. I thought we had like consensus, and it's like, no, we don't really have agreement. And somebody keeps kind of flip-flopping and going back on what they've said. Okay. And friendship, definitely. Friendship and conjunction and alliance. It's like, I thought we were friends, but I guess not, right? And since you don't care, I'm not going to care either, right? And I do feel that there is a person in your life that's kind of acting this way. And it's like, well, geez, I mean, and maybe some of you are afraid to set a boundary with this person because they act this way. And it's like, well, I thought we were friends, or I thought we were on the same page. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, okay? And Spirit is helping you to, through this friendship, to show you guys that sometimes in dealing with other people, we need to have the ability it's okay to say no and to develop healthy boundaries to make sure that a relationship is emotionally and mentally stable. Okay. And perhaps maybe you and this person bonded over the fact that, there are mental health issues going on in the world, like heavy mental health issues. And maybe you two have like bonded over something that you both have, or you both have shared about that, or you do have things in common with this person. But I think you need to be a little careful with this energy, pile number 2, because if you set a boundary, you may see them become like less inviting you to things, or ignoring you, or not listening to you, or becoming very unreliable as a friend in your life, okay? Simply because you needed to set a boundary. It says, purpose, I know what I am here to do, okay? And I feel like, if you're very perplexed about something, then it kind of can take away from other things that you're working on in life. Or if you're just constantly in a state of wondering, it could kind of maybe take away from some of the other plans that you're working on. And so Spirit is just telling you to stay focused, I feel like, on the commitments that you've made to yourself and the things that you want for your own self. I also feel this person could be a little bit jealous of you, because you feel like you have a purpose, or because you feel like you're divinely guided in your mission in life, or because you are very aligned to your purpose, or that this person could be a little bit jealous of that. But I also feel like there's some questioning here of like, what is the purpose of this friendship? I don't see it. Okay, 2 of Swords. I don't see it. I don't know what the purpose of this friendship is. Originally, we aligned on certain things, but lately, I don't know. I never hear from this person. When we do make plans, they're late. They don't come. It's just very like non-committal. Okay, and what's the purpose of it? I remember somebody that many years ago that I had made friends with through my job, and I liked her as a person a lot, but she always was constantly canceling plans. Like, we would have plans to do stuff, and she would constantly just flake all the time. And I mean, the level of flakiness, it was like, oh my God. And I eventually kind of stopped being friends with her because it was just constant flaking, right? But I also think that, agreeing to do things in the moment and then later kind of backing out of them is very 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, okay? And, what's the purpose of the friendship, right? If there's nothing to build on, like, what's the purpose of the friendship? We have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces, okay? And perhaps you two are kind of swimming in different directions in life. And practicality is definitely like 3 of Pentacles energy. And Spirit is wanting to help you guys balance is there a practical purpose for this friendship? Does it help me grow spiritually? But it's also distracting me from like the practical things I need to get done. These are some questions that I feel Spirit is trying to help you with. And I feel Spirit is really trying to help you know what your purpose is and what you're here to do, and help you balance spirituality and practicality in your life. And it's a full moon in Pisces, and we have this boundary card here, which reminds me of Saturn and Pisces energy. And a lot of people are very like lost right now and dealing with a lot of uncertainty in their life due to the whole Neptune and Saturn and Pisces right now. And they're coming to find out where certain structures in their life are not reliable. Okay. But I also feel like Spirit is telling you guys, perhaps for some of you here, you have an important message to share with this air card, about purpose and about balancing spirituality and practicality in your life. And balancing is very much like a Two of Swords type of energy, and Three of Pentacles is definitely practical. So balancing, maybe some of you are needing to balance the practical in your life a little bit more, and Spirit is going to help you with that. And Spirit saying, like, it's not possible to say yes to everything. And because you are developing healthy boundaries, there may be friends and people in your life that don't like that and are reacting very negatively to that. If that is happening, it's a sign to fly free or to go solo. Okay. Yeah, we have truth here. Justice. Okay. Remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked. So be objective when dealing with emotional issues. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth. Okay. That's interesting. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth. And this is where Spirit is helping you, because I feel mentally, maybe some of you have been confused with this perplexed energy about a particular friendship or somebody in your life. And I do feel like Spirit is here to help you weigh out what's going on and is here to help you see the truth about someone in your life, okay? And remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with emotional issues, okay? Maybe there is a need to be more objective and to put out those boundaries, even if people are not okay with it. So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that that reading resonated, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or comments. Thank you so much, pile number 2. And let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, one moment, pile number 3. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell. Okay, everybody. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose Lady Luck, and today's reading is called Spirit is Here to Assist You, okay? With something you have been working on or having a question about. So pile number 3, happy that you are here, my friends, and I hope everyone is doing well out in the world, okay? How's everybody doing with the daylight savings energy out there? It's really getting dark early now. Ay. Let's see here. I know it's been making me a lot more tired. Yeah, we have Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. So pile number 3, let's go ahead. We have Mirage. Being distracted and tired only makes the way ahead seem insurmountable. Give time to rest and reassess. The direction you need to take will become clearer. That's so funny with the Wheel of Fortune right there and the direction, because the Wheel of Fortune really points us in a new direction. But there can be so many different things that we're considering, like, oh, I want to take this class. I want to go here. I want to travel. I want to go there. I feel very overloaded and overwhelmed with all the things I want to do, and I'm not sure what direction I'm heading in, and I'm about ready to crash out. I think it's interesting that that term on social media is becoming very popular right now, that term of crashing out on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but just kind of like being distracted and tired only makes the way ahead seem more like insurmountable. take time to rest and reassess the direction you are needing to take. Okay. So it's really hard, like mirage energy. It's really hard to find your way when you're in that crashing out. Maybe some of you have been very physically tired or very, like emotionally and physically exhausted, and spirit is saying, whoa, 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 let's rest and take it easy. And once you get some good rest, the direction you need to go is going to become a lot more clear. Okay. We've got the 5 of Cups. Okay. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. All right. And I'm also feeling that maybe some of you are taking care of people. Now, you could be taking care of someone who's sick or ill, a sick or ill parent, a sick or ill child. Some of you could be working in the medical health professional field, or you are a nurse, or you work in some type of field where you're caring for others, you're caring for people, and you do such a beautiful job of helping others and caring for others, and you put so much beautiful effort into what you do. But I also feel like some of you here could be like emotionally exhausted from that. Okay. And I do feel there's an ancestor coming through in your reading. Okay. It could be a grandparent. The Queen of Pentacles, often like in spiritual readings, when I'm communicating with the other side and all of that, often the Queen of Pentacles comes through as a female ancestor, an aunt, a grandmother, a mother figure in your life who really, really cares about you, really, really loves you, wants to see you thrive, and hates to see you going through like emotional. It could be a spirit guide too, like somebody who really has your back, that hates, because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're very dedicated people, but when you're going through something emotional, you may hide it from the rest of the world. There may be, like, every day you have your duties and the things that you need to help to grow and help care for, but underneath it, you yourself could be suffering and dealing with pain. Okay, we have Judgment here. Okay, and maybe some of you are wanting to switch careers or switch roles or do something different, or you're afraid like that the role you're in isn't going to be there in the future. Okay, and maybe you are emotionally exhausted from it and tired, but you also need the money as well. Okay, so I feel like there is something like, also I feel some of you could be mourning an issue that has to do with your health or money. Okay, and it feels very, with Judgment here, it feels like something weighing on you or something heavy that's ending. And you know, for some of you, it could be like disabilities ending, or a financial resource that you used to have is kind of ending, or a role that you used to have that exhausted you but it paid the bills is ending. Okay. And Judgment is where our life is kind of like stripped bare of something, and we're having to awaken to something new in our life, and that can feel very scary sometimes. Okay, and some of you could be in careers or jobs where you're highly needed, but you're emotionally exhausted, and it just and some of you could be grieving over a job situation that happened that caused a lot of changes in your life as well. Okay, and it has been very exhausting emotionally. Okay, it's like I put all this love and care and affection and attention into helping things grow, and then they're just gone from my life, and then it feels like there's this big empty hole in my life. But at the same time, the situation was exhausting me emotionally. Okay, so there's some stuff I feel going on with this right now, and That's why I feel like Spirit is saying, get some rest, and you need to kind of take care of yourself and take it easy and get some rest. And then the direction that you're meant to go in will become a lot more clearer. We have splitting apart, separation, letting go, eliminate the old, and death. Okay. And this could be about actually having to take care of someone because they are going through a major death in their life. Some of you could have somebody in your life who experienced a deep and shocking loss or a deep and shocking grief, and it rocked their world. And this person has really come to depend on you to be there for them and to take care of things. Okay. But I also feel like, you know, at some point, the situation is going to, you're there for this person or you're there to help this person, pile number 3. But I also feel like something about that situation is changing majorly with judgment, and perhaps somebody is leaving your life, and it is time to let go. Or there has been a situation that's been very impermanent, but yet you've been showing up to help anyway, but yet the situation is kind of falling apart. It's a lot emotionally. We have sweetness. Yeah, we can still really love and care about somebody and want to be their friend and want to be there for them. You know, even though as we're being pulled in a new direction in life. And I do feel there's somebody in your life who's really appreciated the sweetness and love that you have shared during this collapse that they have been going through. And I feel like you guys truly do care, you know, but I also feel like there's an important ancestor coming through saying they have love and sweetness that they would like to share with you. And they know that things have been falling apart, or they know that, you know, letting go of the past and letting go of the old has been really hard. And I feel like what they're saying to you is, it's okay, sweetheart. It's okay to let it go. You've been in a lot of pain. You've been in a lot of struggle about this. It's okay to let it go. Okay. There's a higher calling for you with judgment, and the world needs someone beautiful, a beautiful soul like you. Pile number 3, that's so attentive and caring for others. But I feel like there's an ancestor coming through that's saying, it's okay, sweetie, to like let it go. Okay, maybe somebody that called you sweetie, or somebody that it's okay to let it go, you know? And I feel some of you here could have lost somebody yourself, okay, that was very important in your life, lost a parent, like a parent passed away, or, you know, the thing is you've had your own pain to deal with, but you've been busy, so busy, I feel like, taking care of others that maybe in some cases that's all it's been. Getting to deal with your own pain has been neglected in a way, okay? And it talks about being distracted and tired only makes the way ahead seem insurmountable, okay? So Spirit is helping you. It seems like there's no good decision or nowhere to go, and everything's reached a crisis point. But perhaps, you know, what you need right now is you need rest and to take it easy here so we can find, oh, wow, we have shame. You are not flawed. You are so worthy of love and belonging. Forgive yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, yeah, I was there for this person when they needed me, but I also kind of feel like you guys are like, you know, there's this massive like ripping off of the Band-Aid, or this massive change happening in my life. And some of you could feel really guilty, like saying, I feel really bad about leaving someone's life when they're going through something so hard. I feel like I should still be there to take care of them. Okay. And you could feel like very guilty or shameful, or it's like You know, I don't want to, I feel guilty. I have a guilty conscience because I feel like I should be here helping this person or here taking care of them, right? But I also feel like it's time to take care of you, and forgiving yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love during all those years is something that Spirit is helping you to see. I feel like Spirit with the Judgment card is saying, you know, wake up and open your eyes and see, you know, all this love you've given to others. It hasn't been in vain, but don't feel guilty if you need to step away, or if you need to withdraw and focus on yourself, or if you need to move out of a particular job position or a particular role, or you need to step away from something for a while to focus on what you need, okay? And the Judgment card is about hearing that trumpet sound, and it's a huge wake-up call in our life, okay? And maybe some of you have just had a huge wake-up call, and Spirit is really assisting in waking you up. Perhaps some of you have been going through a deep ascension process or a deep emotional learning about yourself and tuning in to where there's pain within yourself and working on healing that. But it's a huge wake-up call, okay? And for some of you, it could be messages about internalized shame or guilt that you've held on to, okay? And I do feel like there's a big announcement from Spirit in your reading about this energy and how it's affected your life emotionally, okay? And kind of drawing your attention to that. We have conquering fear start today. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And look at you guys. Look at Spirit with the angel wings right there. And Spirit has their arm around you. Look at this female angel with her arm around you, and she has taken your hand and she's helping you take the next step. And it seems really scary, right? It seems really hard. It seems really scary. And there's a lot of fear about collapse or deterioration if you leave, right? If you go, if you walk away from a situation, is the situation going to totally collapse? Is it going to completely deteriorate without you? Okay. And Spirit is saying, like, you know, you've been helping so much. Let us help you. And sometimes we stay back and we help and help and help because we're afraid once we stop doing that, what's next for us, right? And Spirit is saying there's been a lot of fears that have come up around what's next or what's going to happen next or where things are going to go from here. And perhaps some of you are very scared financially as well. Or it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need this job, but it's also exhausting me. Or I don't know what I'm going to do in the future because I'm kind of on my own type of energy. Okay. And Spirit is talking about conquering fears and helping you. Look, that is so interesting because the reading is called Spirit is here to assist you. And you literally see an angel taking your hand and like walking you forward. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow. And we have Ceres and Nurture. Yeah, and the asteroid Ceres, that very nurturing energy. Perhaps some of you are needing some self-nurturing around certain emotional losses that you've had, okay? And I also feel like somebody could have lost a baby or lost the opportunity to be a mother, or wants to be a mother and is scared to be one. I'm getting some stuff about that too, like a mother losing a child or a mother being lost or someone's mother passed away. Okay, I am getting some energy around that, and the amount of nurturing that people need. Perhaps some of you have a partner in your life that has recently lost their mother, or you've got somebody in your life that has recently gone through a huge grieving process, okay? And nurturing energy is definitely, I feel Spirit is here to assist you and nurture you and you know, bring you flowers and be there for you. I feel like Spirit is saying what you need right now is help with the next step and nurturing along your path, okay? And we have here loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Oh my gosh. And perhaps some of you have felt very alone with a grief or something that you have been dealing with all on your own. And perhaps there are some things that, some secrets or some secret shame from your past that you are having a hard time, like you've been struggling with it on your own. And spirit is saying, let us help you, like getting out there when you've gone through such deep losses. It is hard to get back out there and talk to people and meet people again and put yourself back out in the world. And I feel like Spirit is going to help you guys do that, like one step at a time. And maybe some of you are very scared of being alone or dying alone. You know, and I feel like Spirit is here to guide you and be here with you as you're moving through this energy. We have abundance. Wow. Yeah, and I was talking about money and fears of being alone and fears of like dying alone, and also money fears that some of you could be going through. And it says, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire into this physical reality. Queen of Pentacles, definitely with that energy, okay? With that energy of abundance. And yeah, and maybe feeling like I don't want to be alone someday on my deathbed without anyone. Also, too, like some people who are in relationships, it's helpful because there's two incomes or you have somebody to fall back on. But there is that fear, even if you are in a relationship, you can fear that, well, what happens one day when my partner passes away and I'm alone? And I don't know what I would do for money, or I don't know what would happen then, and I would just be alone. Okay, and Spirit is here to help you conquer your fears and here to help you along your next step. Okay, and bring more abundance and sweetness into your life. We have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Okay, and this Lady Luck card I feel is also, it looks like she's got a card that says 50 on it, like a $50 bill. And perhaps some of you are like, yeah, I am going to go buy a lottery ticket. And I hope I win, Natalie. And I'm like, yeah, I hope you win too. Pile number 3, share it with me if you do. But it says the energy is gaining momentum, this ability to conquer your fears and move past what has been holding you back. Okay. And we have vehicles and car here. Do you know what direction you want to go in life? Do you feel in control of your life plans? Do you represent the car model in your dream? Okay. And maybe some of you are like, you know what? I do need to get a new car, or I do need to put some money into my car, or I do need to get some new wheels or a new mode of transportation in my life. Okay. And cars talk about our ability to go places, right? Do you know what direction you want to go in life? Wheel of Fortune, okay? And perhaps some of you have been feeling kind of stuck in your emotions, and it's like, yeah, I know something major in my life needs to die and change and to be let go of for me to move forward. And perhaps some of you, it's been like a lack of resources or a lack of people in your life to kind of help draw you out, you know, but I definitely feel like the ability to travel or the ability to like go places and visit people or the ability to like meet more people, it may have something to do with your transportation or how you're getting around. Okay, and maybe some of you are thinking about, you know what, I do need more reliable transportation, or I do want to go travel to this place, or I would like to, Wheel of Fortune energy is definitely about traveling and going to new places and new countries and exploring life. And it's like, yeah, I do need to have some form of reliable transportation to do that. Okay. Um, or just being able to go out and do things, right? Whether you get there by bus or train or car, it's like, I want to be able to go out and do things. I don't just want to be alone all the time and scared. I want to be able to go out and actually do stuff. Okay. And Spirit is here assisting you, and they're saying, conquer your fears one step a day. Okay. And maybe some of you do have fears about, you know, traveling, or you've got anxieties about like being out in public around other people and things like that. Okay, Spirit is here to help you move through those fears. Okay, so that new changes, new energy, big awakening energy can come into your life. And this awakening energy, Judgment card, I feel like is gaining momentum. And your ability to kind of travel and go to different places and get out of your same routine, I feel like is opening up. And once you're more like rested and not as tired, I feel you're able to make some really good decisions about where you want to go and the people you want to be around, right? And for some of you, the abundance issue may be really tied to the loneliness thing. And it's like, okay, I really need to nurture myself and get out there in the world more and feel more joy in my life, but it's really hard because I've been feeling lonely and I haven't been able to go anywhere. I haven't been able to travel. Okay, but I do think travel, going places, doing things on your own, I do think that energy is going to start to gain momentum, and Spirit is going to be here to help you take those steps as you move forward with that energy. Okay. So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my lovelies. I hope that that reading resonated for you, and let me know your thoughts and feelings. Take care, everybody.